Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to be able to speak to you here in Cannes. Maybe you can kick off with a brief introduction to this film. For people who don't know anything about it, what can they expect from Sick of Myself?
It is kind of a comedy. It's really hard to pitch it though, because I think you just have to see it, because it's no genre. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a comedy, a really dark one. It's, yeah, just watch it.
And what was the appeal for you? Because it's not an easy role to play. When you picked up that script, did you have any kind of apprehension, or were you just wanted to dive in because it seemed like such an exciting thing to be involved with?
I really just wanted to dive into it. I've been wanting to working with Kristoffer for 10 years now, so I was super excited to do it. And when I read the script, I was just a bit scared, because it was really much to understand, and she's a very complex character with a lot of different. It's hard to understand her mind and her way of being, because she sort of has two personalities, or she plays a part in her own life very much of the time. She lies a lot and is very manipulative, and I think she also herself is maybe not sure every time she lies, it's a very she shifts through it all the time. And I didn't know while I was acting it, I also started to doubt, is this for real? Is this, does he really feel this, or is it just fake? And I was watching the film yesterday at the premiere, and it was the first time I watched it, for the final version of it. And I remember there were different scenes where I was playing it on set, where I totally, I believed her to be real in those moments. But then I watched it on the screen, and I was like, no, she's definitely lying. So it was it was tricky to do this part, but it was extremely fun and challenging. Yeah.
And in preparing to play her, how did you kind of try and get into that mindset? Did you take any inspiration from any other films or characters? I saw one review sort of saying, could you almost see a bit of a Fight Club type character, almost because she's got this kind of split personality type thing, or, did you take any inspiration from anywhere?
No, I feel like I don't like to find inspirations from different characters or movies. Because then I start seeing them in that part instead. So I work a lot with false memories for my characters, and building up a whole background story for them. Not writing it down, but acting it down. Out. Sorry. So I have this long list of questions about everything, and I just pick a random one, put on the camera, and just improvise the answer in character. So I spend a lot of time doing that, and just walking around in my apartment, just trying to feel, how does she walk, and how does she talk, and what does she like to wear, and yeah.
And in terms of the practical elements of the shoot, the prosthetics almost become a character on their own.
Yeah.
Was that kind of a grueling aspect to it, or was it also kind of a bit of an adventure too?
It was both, because it was really, really challenging to sit there in the chair for so long. It took 2.5 hours till 7 hours at the worst to do the makeup. So that was, and then go on set and shoot a whole day of shooting, So that was challenging, but at the same time it really gave me, of course, a lot having it on, and every time I looked in the mirror I was like, okay. And also I didn't see myself that much with it while we were filming, but you could feel your face feeling weird, so you could use that kind of while acting with it. And I in the beginning, when we did the tests for all the prosthetic works, I was really disgusted, and I was afraid to look myself in the mirror, because I had a problem with blood and bodily fluids and stuff like that. But after we've been filming for a while, I was starting to think that it was beautiful. accepting like Signe's idea of how it looked, that she really thought it was beautiful, and I was like, yeah, it kind of is, all this stuff I have in my face. Yeah.
And you said, you know, you'd been wanting to work with Kristoffer for some time. So what was it like actually, you know, getting there and doing and working on this project with him? And was it what you expected?
Yeah, it was. We had a great process with it, and we got a really good relationship very early on, and working a lot together with the character, and he was very open to every idea, and we were testing a lot and having a lot of fun doing like physical tests, because there's a lot of shaking, there's a lot of falling, vomiting, stuff like that in the movie, and we had such a good time testing. I like trying out different ways she was swallowing and different ways we could shake, and yeah, we also tried it with electroshock at one point, which was horrible, but really fun. Well, and we didn't end up doing it, but it was, yeah, just to get those spasms, like, yeah.
Borderline torture, but
yeah, but I think me and Kristoffer loves doing stuff like that. Yeah, I also at one time tried to vomit for real, like trying to insist that I was gonna drink a lot of beet juice and throw up for real, and I think me and Kristoffer loves like trying to like push the limits, yeah, and push each other.
And it feels like there's almost like a bit of a trend at the moment of like different TV shows and series are on different levels kind of playing with this idea of people that pretend to be someone they're not, or they have these kind of delusions. So do you think there's almost something kind of cathartic for audiences to watch someone just go so far beyond any normal person would, but it's still relatable in a way? It's almost things we think of doing but we don't do.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a catharsis. I don't know, but I think it's such a huge part of our life right now, with social media and like finding a purpose in life, especially in the Western world where we're really lucky, and the Maslow pyramid is sort of like fill up and we're just running around at the top of the pyramid and trying to find a purpose in life. And I think that's something a lot of people can recognize or see themselves in, and try to be seen and try to like, look at me, I can do something, and I am here. So yeah, but I remember the first time I read the script, I was ashamed of being a more modern human being, because it was, I don't know, I think everyone can sort of see themselves in Signe in some ways. I mean, most of us has, you know, the stop button. No, you can stop yourself from going as far as she does, and I mean, most people definitely wouldn't go that far, but there's parts of it, like everyone lies about had this amazing holiday or blah blah blah. Like we always try to, like, I don't know, present ourselves in a way, and putting on a mask, or yeah.
It feels also that maybe it's still kind of a bold decision to have an unlikable character as the lead, and even more so a female lead character. And do you think that's changing, or do you feel that did you feel like at the time you were doing something that feels like it's breaking a bit of a boundary?
I did, yeah, and that was also like why I was so hyped about doing this project, because it's not often that you're being offered a part like this as a woman, and there's really like, it was seldom that you get these opportunities, unfortunately. But I hope, and I think we're going the right way, and that people will understand that women are as interesting, maybe more, than men, and that they also can be unlikable and sometimes horrible people. Yeah.
Ultimately, what do you hope people will take away? Because I guess there's the kind of visceral experience of watching the film and going through that discomfort, but then also the sort of the tone of it and the themes that are brought out, you know, going this line between kind of like tragedy and comedy, if you like.
Yeah.
So what do you hope people take away?
Yeah, what do I hope people take away from it? Of course, I want people to think more about how they live their lives and be a bit critical to the society we live in right now. But I also really hope that people just have a great time at the movies and think, I mean, it's beautifully shot, and Benjamin Loeb did a really, really good job. And yeah, I just hope people find it amusing and like, I don't know, that they're maybe being like that they're touched by it in some way, and still find it funny and disgusting. And I don't know. I just hope people walks out of the cinema and are like, what was that? Yeah.
And what does it mean to you to be here with the film in Cannes? And it really does feel like Norwegian film's on a bit of a roll at the moment. I don't know. There's something that makes it unique.
Yeah, it feels huge. I mean, going to Cannes is like a dream for everyone working with films, I guess. It's just absurd, really, to be here, but I'm super, super happy about it, of course. But I have to, like, you know, pinch myself. Yesterday when we were sitting in the cinema, having the world premiere here, because, yeah, I just had to, like, say it to myself several times that you're sitting here in Cannes, showing your movie to the world. It just feels so big. Yeah.
And can you quickly say what you might be working on next, or you don't know?
Oh, it's a secret, so I can. But I have a few projects coming up, and I have another Danish feature coming out, and yeah, probably, hopefully now to the in September, November. She's gonna be great. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us,
Thank
and
you.
really enjoy the rest of your time in Cannes. Thank you so much.
I will. Thank you.